ready.
Tune into Nice Radio every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for A View from the Outside, hosted by Brereton Horne. A View from the Outside takes a look at key issues affecting St. Vincent and the Grenadines and gives a global perspective on how these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear A View from the Outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on Nice Radio for A View from the Outside.
This society need a spectacle. It might help us to see some evil. This society need a spectacle.
But Brereton is not with us this morning. He's off to the Criminal Bar Association's conference. So Guevara Leacock is going to be joining us. So I got two calls on the line, so let me check and see who's on which line. Nice Radio, good morning.
Good morning.
And you're Guevara?
I am, yes.
All right, stay with us. We're going to just cut the other call and hold that for later on. Guevara, good morning and welcome to The View from the Outside.
Yes, good morning, Randy. It's a pleasure.
All right, give us a little background on Guevara Leacock. Tell us who you are.
Well, I'm Vincentian. I migrated to the United Kingdom a few years ago. Qualified as a lawyer as well, just like Brereton. That's just about what I would want to say for now.
All right, here's some of the information we're looking at from the inside out. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Commerce, on behalf of the High Commission of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the United Kingdom, wishes to inform persons of the Windrush situation in the United Kingdom. The term Windrush is used to describe persons predominantly of African and Caribbean ancestry who migrated to the United Kingdom between 1948 and 1971. As a result of changes to British immigration laws, persons who lack the proper documentation confirming their status are being informed of the need to provide evidence to remain in the United Kingdom, to continue working or to receive treatment from the National Health Services as well as other benefits. The ministry is now getting involved here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The ministry takes this opportunity to inform persons affected by the Windrush situation to contact the Home Office in the United Kingdom or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Commerce here around St. Vincent. Also coming out of the U.S., the nation's first memorial to the victims of lynching opened last Thursday in Alabama, with many lauding it as a powerful symbol that acknowledges America's shameful past. Some of the things we are looking at from the inside out. Mr. Leacock, your view from the outside?
Yes, well, I must say that I'm happy that the High Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is taking up the call to assist Vincentians who have been affected by the Windrush situation. Quite commendable. It's a very sad situation that has taken place, but it is being sorted now, and I'm very happy that Vincentians are having the opportunity to have it sorted. There are a few Vincentians in London that have been on the news in regard to that issue. And so I'm very happy that it's being sorted. In regard to the lynching issue in the United States, well, that's been a story that's been going on for quite a while. And very happy as well that seems to be getting some attention on the international scene. Hey, Randy, you there?
Yeah, you go right ahead. Give us your views.
Yes. Just want to say good morning to all of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, both at home and abroad, and to all listeners of Nice Radio everywhere. It is the launch of Vinci Mass 2018, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean in St. Vincent, and I just want to wish everybody a very safe weekend as the celebrations begin for this year. The weather in London today, very good, actually. Sunny. The temperature is currently 21 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 69 degrees Fahrenheit. On a view from the outside this week being the 5th of May 2018, we focus on youth empowerment in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's youth empowerment in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, with the view being that a lot more can be done to empower the youths in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by the government and by the youth themselves, especially in regard to employment. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, suggests that youth empowerment is a process whereby young people, through innovative ways, are given the tools and encouraged to take charge of their lives. the purpose of youth empowerment is to improve the lives of young people in our society, thereby improving the quality of life of a country as a whole, St. Vincent and the Grenadines being no exception. One of the issues highlighted by the recent International Monetary Fund IMF report on St. Vincent and the Grenadines is that youth unemployment is high. Youth unemployment is defined by the United Nations as the unemployment of young people between the ages of 15 to 24. Further, an unemployed person is an individual who is looking for work but cannot find a job. It is clear that the IMF is using the definition of youth unemployment as set out by the United Nations when it indicated in its last report on St. Vincent and the Grenadines that youth unemployment in the country stands at 46%, quite alarming. Despite all that we hear about the development of youth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, such as the YES program, the Education Revolution, and No Child Left Behind, increased numbers in student loans, including the disadvantaged student loans, and larger numbers of scholarships for selective young people, we still see these damning statistics from the IMF. Those who argue that the IMF statistics are misleading should be aware that the information published by the IMF is given to them when they visit countries. They are not pulled from thin air. Therefore, in the absence of any other information, those figures were given to the IMF by the relevant personnel in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. According to Index Mundi, an international organization which monitors demographics worldwide, the total population of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in July 2017 was 102,089 persons. Within the age range of 15 to 24 years, the population stood at some 16,306 persons, with 8,226 males and 8,080 females. While those figures are almost a year old, the IMF is suggesting that some 6,523 young persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are unemployed. The number may seem small to some, and some may also argue that based on those numbers, there are 10,000 within the 15 to 24 age bracket who are employed. However, we on a view from the outside say that number is much too large for an economy the size of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is expected that these unemployment numbers will increase. This being the month of May means that the school year is close to an end, which means that thousands of young persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will soon graduate from secondary schools across the country, and almost 1,000 young persons will also graduate from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College this year. While some will seek higher education opportunities overseas, and others will be fortunate to find jobs, quite a large number of them will be left with nothing to do. They will join the long list of unemployed. Most will be frustrated and become idle, and there is no telling what the idle and frustrated young people will do. Some argue that the age group 15 to 24 captures a part of the youth population that are still in education. This is true, as most 15-year-old youths will still be in secondary school or the community college, but many leave at 16, and not all of them go on to community college. In fact, many of them are unable to go to the community college because they're simply not qualified. This can be verified from the statistics provided by the Ministry of Education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which show that some 40% of the pupils who write the Caribbean Secondary Education Examination, CSEC, in St. Vincent and the Grenadines achieve 5 subject passes, including mathematics and English language, which are the minimum requirements for entry into the community college. These statistics beg the questions: where are the other 60% of these young people? What are they doing? Are they resitting the subject areas in which they have been unsuccessful? Are they finding employment? What are they doing, we ask. This certainly appears to be a case where there are more questions than answers. Further, the Education Digest produced by the Statistical Unit of the Ministry of Education in St. Vincent and the Grenadines shows that between 2009 and 2015, that being the latest digest available, some 1,547 young persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines have fallen out, or as we say locally, dropped out of the secondary school system. The same digest shows that a significant number of pupils have also dropped out of the primary school system. This is an era in an era when there are boasts about an education revolution and when the nation is told that no child is left behind. If those are not empty boasts, then where are these school dropouts? Where are these youths and what are they doing? Have they been left behind? Are other ways being found to empower them? Are they being helped to empower themselves? The entire nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and especially the youths, need to be provided with credible answers to these questions. These are not statistics that we have made up on a view from the outside. They are provided to the IMF and are found in the Education Digest. They are provided by the prospective ministries within the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines responsible for collating them. When, therefore, some seek to argue that persons who raise these issues are trying to make St. Vincent and the Grenadines look bad on the international scene, we, on a view from the outside, say that the statistics are available for all to see, and those in authority ought to pay closer attention to them and stop making excuses. They must strive to do better for the youths in the country. It is no secret that crime, especially violent crime, is on the rise in St. Vincent and the Grenadines amongst the youth, though in recent times things have seemingly calmed down. Our country is a small one, and as such, all steps necessary to ensure that our youths are discouraged and prevented as far as possible from engaging in any form of criminal activity need to be taken. After all, they are our future. They are the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Therefore, all necessary steps need to be taken to help make that future bright. If youth unemployment in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not brought under control, the country risks developing what Guy Standing, a development specialist, calls the precariat, or an army of unemployed persons who become a group of socially misfit persons. No one wants this to happen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We, on a view from the outside, wish to commend those young people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and there are many who are successful and are making substantial contributions to the country. However, be that as it may, we must not forget those who are less fortunate, and it is for that reason that we highlight the issue today and focus on youth empowerment and youth unemployment. It is in that vein that we pose the following questions. Where is the development cooperation that previously provided young people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with loans to open small businesses? Are the community centers or learning resource centers throughout the country utilized to put on craft, cake baking and other craft workshops to teach our youth skills so that they can become self-employed? Where is the National Youth Council, a body which has in the past assisted young persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to develop and hold critical thinking skills? What efforts are being made to encourage our youths to become actively involved in agriculture and the tourism industry? Those concerned must provide positive answers so that the youth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines can be empowered. There is a lot of work to do. As intentions, let us buckle up and get to work. The youths need us. Until next week, Randy, this is Guevara Leacock with a view from the outside, with a reminder to send to our listeners to send their feedback to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. That's one word, aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com.
Guevara, let me thank you, man. Thank you very much. Really do appreciate this. It's always good to hear a fresh voice on a program like View from the Outside. And I know this is not going to be the last time we're hearing from you.
Well, probably not.
Thank you, man. Thank you, and you and the family have a great week.